We ask for guidance from the universal spirit creator, our angels, and our spirit guides to move from soul to subconscious, from subconscious to conscious being, to higher self. We request protected conduit to the realm of the highest good, aligned only to light, so that we may raise our frequencies for the good of all beings, and so that we may step back to see and allow ourselves to be. We do request 100% connection to source and 100% gold cord connection at heart chakra. With thanks, humility, grace, and love, so mote it be. Welcome to the Infinite Dance. I have a special guest with me today. I'm like to welcome internationally acclaimed musician who creates mystical transmissions of peace and beauty with Tibetan bowls, flutes, and mantras and Tibetan throat singing. He creates harmonious sonic architectures for the ultimate sound healing concert experience. He has toured across North America, notably with David Premmel, which produced a number 5 top album on iTunes World Music Chart, and so much more heart aligning practices and wisdom. Welcome, Paul Temple.
Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Happy to be here. Thank you, thank you. So nice to connect. And yeah, that guy sounds very impressive. I'd like to meet him.
Yay! Me too. I'm planning a trip to Colorado here soon. I have a
Oh,
couple
great,
besties that
great.
are still there, so we'll try to make it so we can come to one of
Yeah,
your sessions
yeah,
in
yeah.
person.
I
Um,
I'm in Boulder, Colorado. Beautiful place. And
it's
yeah,
gorgeous.
let us know when you come by.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So before we dive into all the amazing um, teachings and sound that Paul's going to share with us, we're going to take that moment of silence that we do in every
Hmm.
episode for all those that are oppressed. We're going to
Hmm.
give them
Yeah.
anything extra we have to bring them hope and light. All those in Congo, Sudan, Lebanon, Palestine,
Hmm.
anywhere anybody's oppressed.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for taking that moment.
Hmm. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Paul, there's quite a bit of things that you do um, besides the throat, Tibetan throat singing.
You. Yeah.
So amazing. First time I heard that, I was like in the late '90s, and I was mesmerized. It just
Mhm.
transported me
Yeah.
to other realms instantly. How did
Yeah.
you start singing?
Um, I don't. I'm good friends with a fellow named Jonathan Goldman, who's one of the top world-renowned sound healers. He actually coined the term sound healing back in the 19 late 70s, early 80s, and we've been friends for many years back on the East Coast. And I heard him do it, and it was kind of like, ooh, if he can do that, I can do that. And I feel like Jonathan and I share a lot of Tibetan uh, incarnations together, and he's a very very high sadhu, wisdom, wise one, and we now get together and do throat singing jams. but
I love
um,
it.
but it evolved over a number of years, and then over particularly the last 10 years, getting the bowls, which are also of Himalayan Tibetan extraction, a Tibetan, sound healing instrument. Um, this kind of form of Radiance Matrix came together as a way of channeling, the codes, the light codes, the sound codes, the vibrational transmission of the new consciousness of the that helps awaken the heart center, um, particularly the ancient Tibetan Vajrayana mantras. and the Vajrayana is a particular stream of Tibetan Buddhism, of the Tibetan teachings, that is about awakening the Vajra or the diamond light in our hearts. And they've been holding these practices and doing these mantras for centuries, holding them through the dark times where humanity really lost connection with our heart, with that light in our hearts. And now is a time we're beginning to remember and reconnect that. So these mantras are very powerful as codes that kind of vibrationally go into the heart, activate and awaken that diamond light, that Vajra. So the Vajrayana practices and mantras are specifically for that activation. And so this all kind of came together through my guidance with the bowls and the chanting and the throat singing and to help wake people up.
Yeah. And you're so right. I mean, being a young person, coming across actually one of Jonathan's CDs, the chakra healing
Mm,
chants. And
right.
when I became a massage therapist in 1999, and that CD was on rotation, like
Ah,
with
yeah,
every session, it just got I thought it was amazing, and I felt it would be something to help get clients in that space to receive.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and even not knowing what it was, like with all the Tibetan terminology, I didn't know,
right,
but I felt
right,
it. Yeah, so
right.
it's powerful
Yeah,
stuff. It's really
yeah,
powerful.
yeah.
Yeah, so amazing. And that's so amazing too that you're good friends with Jonathan, and he was one of my first introductions to,
Yeah,
all the
great.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so
we
I love
both
that
over the
connection.
years moved from the East Coast to Boulder, Colorado, and yeah, he lives in town. We get together and have tea and swap stories and do throat singing jams and sometimes rock and roll jams and have
I
fun
love it.
together. So he's a great
That's
He's a Jimi Hendrix fanatic, so he loves to play electric guitar.
wow, I love that range, the throat singing to, like, the Jimi Hendrix wailing
Yeah.
guitar. I love that. So cool. Uh, so with the Diamond Light Network, um, which is where a lot of all your teachings are coming from, um,
Right.
can you talk a little bit more about being heart centered and what type of heart centering we're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, that's really key. So, over the years, first, I realized I've been channeling for a long time, but I didn't know how to differentiate what was channeling and what was just my own brain. So this form of the Tibetan bowls and the throat singing came together as Radiance Matrix, which is my music project, my music handle. And that, yeah, I toured all around
Come
North
back.
America with that. And there's an album with David Pramal, as you mentioned, who's a dear friend of mine. Um, and then in 2019, I think it was 18, maybe it was the summer of 2018. I was driving to play at a festival at one of the Wanderlust festivals with my bowls, and I was driving my RV across Montana, headed up to British Columbia, and all of a sudden this voice starts to come through. And it said, "My premise is very simple, but of great importance to the survival of the human species. I invite you to consider the possibility that the next step in human evolution is a species of humans with fully awakened heart centers."
Mm.
And I kind of go like, "Whoa, dude, that's heavy. Where's that coming from?" I'm driving, so I grab my phone and I speak into my phone that first transmission that came through really as a download.
Yeah.
Later, the voice identified. It said, "Oh yes, my name is Althor, and I am what you might call a wizard of some degree, in that I play with light and sound and color to create beauty and mystery." And so I met Althor, and yeah, I have received over the years since then just this amazing information and practices and teachings. Um, but it's really the core is about the heart center, and the heart center being different than the anatomical heart, different than even the heart chakra. It is this, he calls it the pearl of light or the seed of light. And it has been lost. It got shut down in humanity through the age of darkness, during the burning times and all the repression over centuries and centuries. And we're
Mhm.
in a time now where we're beginning to reactivate our heart centers to remember, this is the heart that we talk about all the time. Is I want to follow my heart, I want to listen to my heart, I want
Yeah,
to, and because it is the seat of the soul, it is the seed of
just say
divine
that.
consciousness,
Yeah,
and it is the portal into the multidimensional realms that gives us direct connection with quantum consciousness. um, so this heart center that indigenous people know about, they say, if you're feeling lost and confused and disconnected, it's because you've lost touch with your heart. um,
right.
so these are the diamond light teachings, the diamond light in our heart, that radiant orb. This image over my head is some of the geometric practice that has come from Althor. You can see the radiant, whoop, finger moving the wrong way, the radiant pearl of light, orb of light here. And
Yeah,
then we have these geometric constructs, the heart circuit, heart protectors, the double pyramids. These are all more advanced practices that Althor has given to strengthen and awaken our heart centers.
that's so beautiful. Um, yeah, and uh, with that heart center, when I was listening to your transmissions on the website
Hmm.
and reading, I translated that as high heart chakra.
Hmm.
Is that kind of similar? Which, you know, if we want to do a line, it could be here, but when I work with it with clients, it's here to bridge
Okay.
heart throat, right?
Right.
But again, it's something that is not as tuned into,
Right.
right? And
Yeah,
so,
and that's
yeah.
that's an interesting. I mean, yeah, we all have different perspectives of how this is coming together, and um, so yes, that's the way that you've been receiving it. That's great. Um,
Well, I
it-
mean, yeah, but also like hearing the transmissions from Althor makes a lot of sense too, right?
right.
So it's like I I kind of what's the word? I enjoy taking things in or how I am taking them in, but also
Right.
how others are and how can I interact with that
Right.
too, like
Yep.
that. Yeah, because there's so
Yeah.
much.
So Althor said that the pearl of light, even energetically, it's different. It's in the fifth dimension, as are the chakras, but that it is actually in the heart chakra. So he says, yes, it is here in the center of the chest.
Mhm.
Energetically, it's different than the heart chakra because the chakras are like these tunnels, these vortices of energy moving, breathing back and forth. But this pearl is sort of embedded in the heart chakra and yeah, radiates that divine diamond light. And you do a lot of akashic work. He also said that the akashic coding, our akashic memory, is encoded in our heart centers. So that's why it's the seat of the soul, because each individual soul, as it incarnates, has that akashic coding imprinted into its heart, so that it gives that all that karmic magnetism of who we become and what work we have to do and what we attract and what we repel, and all
Yeah.
those different things that the akashic magnetism generates. um, and it actually looks a lot like Sanskrit, that
Okay.
coding, and it
Yeah.
circles around three-dimensionally inside the orb. um,
Ooh, that's really cool. No,
Yeah,
I could
we've
see that.
taken journeys into the pearl. We've actually come into the temple of the heart, which is inside the pearl, and you can see all that coding. Yeah, it's
Oh,
beautiful.
it sounds beautiful. And when you talk about um or Althor, transmitting, talking about how it was lost or not. um, given attention, it's almost,
Right.
I kept seeing like a wall or some kind of thing surrounding it, so it's kind of it stayed hidden to protect or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
So
want.
um, the um, the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum, which is the best known. Sorry, I just got something on my screen here. I want to clear out. Get rid of that. There we go. Um, Om Mani Padme Hum, which is the best known of the Vajrayana mantras, translates as the jewel in the lotus. So if you can conceive of that lotus flower, yes, it is. It folded up around the jewel, around the diamond pearl, and the mantra helps open that lotus flower so that the heart can again become radiant. So
I love that.
yes, there is that awakening of that heart protector. We also have a different heart protector practice, which is using these double pyramids, as you can see,
Yeah,
that surround the pearl. And the pyramids are both amplifiers of the heart light, but they're also protectors. So it doesn't, you can't have unwanted energies coming into the heart to, throw us off.
absolutely. And that's another thing I thought was so. Like, I was like, "Oh, wow, he works with diamonds and double pyramids," which I do
Uh,
too, and that image,
uh,
not with the pearl behind you, necessarily, but the double, pyramids, diamond comes up a lot for myself and for my clients as a
Beautiful.
similar thing,
Yeah.
protection and an opening, and di when I work with it too, I see the top. Do you see the top spinning at all or the bottom spinning? Do you work with, like, Merkaba? Does
The Merkaba construct and energy are a little different.
Okay.
First of all, they're not pyramids. The Merkaba
No.
are what's the word? They're three sided on the top with the base,
Right.
whereas the pyramid is four sided top with a base.
Gotcha.
Um, and they're both powerful geometric generators, but a little different. Uh,
Gotcha. Okay.
and this one,
Oh,
I'm not. I haven't gotten a spinning with this. It's actually
with
it's a strong form of stability. So
gotcha.
um,
Okay. That's really cool. I think that's so amazing. Um, can we talk a little bit about chakras? Um, I know we're focused on the high heart or this heart-centered orb with
right.
the double. I've had a lot of, not a lot, but I've had the idea come um a, with my own practice, and then I've had other colleagues kind of play around with the embodied chakras,
Hmm.
embodied, which of course are in not our dimension, like you said, the fifth
Right.
dimension. But I've had some folks say outright, "Oh, the chakras are dissolving,"
Hmm.
and I thought, I definitely feel a stronger pull with these higher heart, or the heart um centered teachings that you do coming through more. But
Hmm.
I often wonder, can we be in a skin suit and not have that energetic connection, even with the higher frequency of the planet?
I mean, I'm kind of getting two responses coming through. One is that there are a lot of people that live in skin suits that don't have energetic connection, unfortunately.
True.
Um, but as you described that, I just turned my mic down a little. What I was getting was this sense that as there's a level where a person tunes into the chakras in that fifth dimensional architecture. But then as they deepen into primordial awareness, moving through that, yes, that particular, it's almost like, yeah, they're a bridge. and they might even be fourth dimensional, because what I've been told is the fourth dimension is kind of the bridge, the astral between the third and the fifth. And
Right.
that's kind of the dream realm, the limbo realm is that fourth dimensional astral field. Um, so there can be a place where we sort of leave that connection behind to dissolve into deeper primordial unified field awareness. Um, but they're still there. That's my sense, but we're not always aware of them.
That's kind of how I see it too. And I understand fourth dimension too as being that bridge between our, earthly existence and, fifth dimension. I sometimes call it a smog belt because there's a lot of
Yep.
stuff that happens
Yep.
in
Yep.
that area that can be like, whoa. Um, and they start to, get a little bit clearer, as
Yep.
we go up. Um, I always say up because I feel like it's around us, not bottom top, or top to bottom. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting concept to have be brought up. Um, and I think it's good to focus on this heart centered, existence and coming from that place because
Yeah. Yeah.
it's, but yeah, I wonder if they would dissolve, quote unquote,
Mm.
I don't know if that
Yeah.
would happen. So,
Yeah.
anyways, just thought it
Yeah,
was
I don't
interesting.
do a lot of work. I one of my practices that we offer is a chakra clearing using sound and singing to go through and clear the chakras. Um, the chakra system I work with is a little different than the Vedic system. My teacher is a Native American Cherokee woman, and their chakra system, they actually have eight chakras, um, and they're a little different, color definition construct. But so I typically work with that one. So
Oh, very cool. And
yeah,
eight
the
embodied.
additional one is the medulla center at the
Okay.
back of the skull.
Ah.
So it goes, heart, throat, medulla, third eye, crown.
Oh, wow, I like that.
Uh,
That's really cool. Um, One of the other things that I picked up on, and this makes a lot of sense too, that you have uh, audio. I guess you have a podcast too, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, One of the episodes was about how AI is consciousness without a heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, we are in the realms of AI these days, huh?
I
Um,
know.
Yeah,
It's
and it's funny. This was a download that came from Althor. It was quite early in the series. It was probably the fourth or fifth one. So that was, like 2019. What is it? 26 now. So 6, 7 years ago, before AI really burst out. But it was very clear that AI is consciousness without heart, and that the heart, this heart center that we're talking about is really both the moral and spiritual compass. It is through the heart that all things are connected. This geometry of the heart is the tapestry of consciousness,
yeah,
the crystalline web. This is the way that we are connected with omnipresence and supreme consciousness. So to generate cognition and super high levels of cognition without that grounded in heart consciousness, without that connection to the truth, to true reality, to the sacred truth of what really is in consciousness, is very dangerous, because
yeah.
it doesn't have that grounding. It can go anywhere, and particularly since it's being connected and generated and oriented towards capitalistic power oriented consciousness. It's
It's
very
not for the
dangerous.
people. Not for
um,
the people.
yeah
Right? I mean, it's not thinking about the collective. It's thinking
right,
about, one thing that is heartless, I mean, there's
yeah,
not heart
exactly, yeah.
when you're just thinking of one and
Yeah,
not all.
so yeah, it's very interesting that that came through
That is
before this
interesting.
wave hit, but yeah, it was just a very simple statement. AI is consciousness without heart. And
And that rings so true. Like
yeah.
every fiber of my being is like, yeah, when it started to come out, and when it, not around that time, a little bit later, I got into it a little bit. I took a course, and it was a digital marketing course. And the instructors were like, you can use, Chat GPT on the testing,
Mhm.
because the testing was tougher, and they
Right.
would give wrong answers a lot. But that was
Mhm.
pretty much all the interaction I really did with it. It just
Right.
didn't seem like anywhere I wanted to spend a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Yeah, I've not used it myself, but I do find I have a graphic designer who she goes and takes the downloads from Althor, the transmissions and the podcasts, and creates these beautiful little 1 minute, social media clips from AI. Like even she might have even have taken AI as consciousness without heart. She feeds it into AI, and then it creates this, 30-second video clip. So it is productive in that way, but yeah, I think on the larger scale, it can be quite concerning.
right.
We're in this really precipitous edge right now between the evolving consciousness, a lot of people awakening, feeling their truth, wanting to shed the pain and the dysfunction and the corruption of the old age, and
Yeah.
then this really gripping pressure. I mean, in the last, particularly what, 2 years since, it's just like the pressure of the old consciousness trying to grip onto the collective is really ferocious. Althor has described it, we're in the riptide
Ah,
between the incoming flows and the outgoing flow, but that outgoing flow is not going easily.
no.
So it's really heavy for those of us that are, sensitives and tuned into this. It's just like, oh yeah, yeah, this what's going on.
Right.
We had, the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, just beautiful activation and awakening and social evolution and equality, just really recognition of the American dream. All people are created equal, uh, you know. And now all of a sudden, it's just we're in this retrograde. And yeah, it's hard. It's very hard.
It is
And
hard. You coined it perfectly, calling it ferocious. It
yeah,
does feel like that. It's very aggressive.
yeah,
Yeah. That kind of gripping on to, I kind of call it dude bro
yeah,
mentality, or, just stuff that only serves a certain group of people and not a whole
yeah,
group. And when everybody's waking up to, well, wait a minute, that doesn't really work 100% for me. How am I
right,
going to step into that? And it's, I think, really pushing away a lot of things and or experiences and or people that maybe would have made sense in the past, in a close knit circle.
yeah,
Not to say necessarily, oh, bad,
yeah,
but just to have that coherence and to be able to come back to heart, and
yeah.
not get stuck in the fear and the tougher energies.
Yeah, I do see there are many in the younger generation, in their 20s right now. But I mean, at least here in Boulder, who are just really tuned in and just
Yeah.
really clear. And, people of our generation also who have been doing the work longer.
Yeah.
It's just holding steady. We have a practice called Beacons of Light. We meet every Sunday evening and do this practice of just holding steady through the grid work, through that tapestry in the fifth dimension, holding those beneficial qualities of truth and justice and altruism and compassion, working with the mantras to generate that Om Mani Padme Hum, the awakening of the diamond light.
Hmm.
Because the Tibetans have been doing that for centuries in their caves in the Himalayas, just holding steady the consciousness through this age of darkness.
Yeah. So important. That's amazing that you have that every week, to kind of get to that place with others, because we're so
Yeah,
much, we're so
yeah,
powerful together.
Yeah, and another important message that I try I keep trying to remember when I'm just in three-dimensional reality, that the field of change in the shift in consciousness is human consciousness. So our consciousness is the field of change. So every moment we have the choice to fall into the old dysfunctional patterns or to engage in being in heart presence. And that's how the shift is happening. It's not something out there. It's not just astrological and astronomical and happening to, in, in to somebody else. We are the field of change, and how we choose to engage our consciousness. Do we fall into duality? Do we fall into that projection of opposite and other? Or do we recognize the unified field and hold steady the beneficial qualities? That was an important teaching from Althor.
So important to stay with that, and knowing too that it is a choice, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We do have that choice, and I think we do have more power than we've given ourselves permission to
yeah.
interact with. So,
Yeah,
so
the more we tune into the heart and into that collective field, we realize we are dreaming this dream of Earth together. We are the co creators of this dream of Earth. And even though there's this illusion of imbalance of power in the outer world, learning to re engage within that creative field, that vibrational field, is really important to reclaiming our power as co-creators of the dream of Earth.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, and coming together, in group, in sound
Yeah.
is really, really important. Now, I know
Yeah.
you said you and Jonathan will get together and jam together. Uh,
Mm.
and I know you have these amazing sound transmissions that you do, on Zoom, at festivals, in concert. Do you yourself take part in any? And how does that look for you? Do you take part in any sound, like healings or?
I'm mostly generating them myself. I don't usually go to other people's sound healing. First of all, I don't use the word sound healing, even though
Okay,
Jonathan coined that, and he was very specific in what he meant by that. So
sure.
that sound, which is vibration, fused with intention,
Yeah,
creates sound healing. So how you focus the vibration intentionally creates that ability to, have an intentional higher consciousness sound field. My teacher, who I mentioned before, she was very cautious about calling yourself a healer, because it sets up this dynamic between yourself and somebody else that you're going to fix them somehow and you're doing something to them. So I don't like the phrase, and I don't use the phrase sound healing, although it's become kind of this term of musical experience, sonic experience. I like the sound transmission, sound bath. Um,
yeah.
I I don't participate in a lot of other people's, because I just, yeah, there's a particular frequency that I work with, and there are a lot of people out there just getting crystal bowls and gongs and going out and banging on them, and they're creating beautiful fields, but it's like, yeah, I have sometimes a hard time immersing in that. Um,
No, I was curious because I think I had told you when we first chatted, I had experienced that myself when I do go to somebody else's.
right.
I've found it to be chaotic, and it
Yeah.
wasn't anything what I was looking to get from it at all. And so
Right.
I've come to where I started asking people how they play, or, is it slow? Is it fast? Just curious stuff, and kind of getting like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go at all,
Yeah.
like, let me
Yeah.
just step back. So, no, it really is once you start to, and because I play myself, but
Mm.
I took part in whether I was the guiding meditation. I would do Akashic guided meditations with a friend that
Right.
did sound. Um, and she had Tibetan and crystal bowls and gongs. And so I did that for like 8 years before I decided to try to play myself. And then I've been
Mhm.
listening to like Hemisync and the Monroe Institute and,
Right.
following
Right.
those kinds of things for 30 years. So it was something that I've always had experienced for me and
Right.
would play for clients in that realm, in that way. But to actually do myself, I felt like I needed to have all the experience for me. And it
Right.
wasn't intentional, but I just enjoyed that space. But yeah, I think it makes when you're around it a lot, if you've been doing it a long time, you kind of really start to go, well, what's getting me there? What kind of frequencies do I want to be,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, and
interacting?
you've also done the work. You obviously are a clear channel and seer, so that your attention to the field you're creating has pure intention, and
Yes,
that so that that's the quality of subtle awareness that is important in being able to work with the vibrational field. Um, One of the things that Althor has said is that it's important for us to talk about these things, because so that our brains understand and comprehend what's happening in the multidimensional construct. But the talking about it and understanding it in brain reality is not really doing the work. That's not really shifting the deeper frequency change. The sound field can. The transmissions using the mantras, taking people into deep meditative states, and then transmitting these light codes, these sound frequencies, is actually working to reprogram and
yeah,
activate the heart.
yes,
And so that's, it gets really confusing for us that we think, oh yeah, I understand this, so I'm an enlightened being, but I'm just a crazy human being like everybody else. It's the quality of the heart presence that
absolutely.
really is the key to the shift.
Yeah, and I think that's important too, to bring it into, a tangible, right? We can hear our voice,
Yeah,
or we can feel the vibration, or feel the
yeah,
vibration from the bowl or the
yeah,
flute, and how important that is. you
yeah,
know, especially if you are somebody who's sensitive and maybe enjoys meditation and being in those
yeah,
high, different realms, but bringing it into this realm is how that transmutation, I think, really starts to take
yeah,
hold
yeah,
and
yeah.
make those changes that we want.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, so beautiful. Um, Now, before we get into a sound transmission that you've been so gracious to um, bless us with, is there any other things you would like to talk about with Radiance Matrix or anything?
No, I think that we've said a lot.
We
Love
have.
conversation. Yeah, we'll move into its sound transmission now. I'll work with the Omane Peme Hung as that diamond light activator.
Okay.
And actually, I can't grab it right now, but I have a beautiful Bhutanese mandala of 108 Omane Peme Hungs written out in a circle in gold ink. And that's very much how the coding goes into the heart. So
Oh,
if you can just visualize that, Sanskrit or Tibetan, which are very similar, those original calligraphy languages
hmm,
that are cycling into the heart and expanding, taking us deeper and deeper into the primordial field, the primordial awareness.
oh, love it. Love that.
Yeah, and I think I'll start actually with a little bit of just visualization to get us connected in to the heart and the heart circuit, and then go into the sound transmission. So,
Wonderful. And I'm gonna mute myself while you do your thing.
all right, thank you,
Okay.
thank you. So I invite you to close your eyes and bring your hands right to the center of your chest. And feel or visualize, perceive in whatever way works for you, a radiant pearl of light, radiating this beautiful diamond effervescence that is your indestructible, luminous, essential nature, your authentic soul self. Just feeling into that. The seeds of the soul, the seed of divine consciousness, and the portal into the multidimensional realms, the infinite realms of inner space through the heart. Just feeling into your heart light. And then we build what we call the heart circuit, which connects our hearts into the web of light, the grid of light, the beautiful tapestry of creation, the fabric of our reality. So from your heart, we're going to send a spiral of energy down through your root chakra, down, down, down to the heart of the earth. Rooting, connecting your heart and the heart of the earth. And then on your next exhale, we send another spiral of light up through, from your heart, through your crown chakra, up into the stars, connecting with your star family, and then up, 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 right to the very heart of creation, heart of the universe. Direct connection with quantum consciousness. Your spine now a conduit for these ancient primordial forces of heaven and earth. Your heart connected. And then we move to the horizontal plane. So from your heart, sending to the left, I send through my left hand, beam of energy that connects into the beautiful matrix of creation, that web of light, crystalline grid. Right hand sending, connecting. Like Spidey, we remember our magical powers to send webs of light. We are reweaving the tapestry of creation between the human realms and the multidimensional realms. Earth, sky, left, right, forming a beautiful cross in your heart. Opposites meeting in unity. And the final step is front and back. So forward, sending beam of light, connecting into the crystalline grid. Behind, sending, connecting. 6 axes of light. Earth, sky, left, right, front, back. Connecting your heart with all being. Remembering your heart, realizing, making real that light in your heart center. So as I move into the sound transmission, just let the waves of the vibrational waves of the bowls and the chanting bathe your physical body, your energy body, and then move into that heart center to activate your Akashic codes, to activate who you can become, who you can evolve into in this life. We call to the infinite, luminous heart of existence, the pure, indestructible diamond, radiance that emanates perfect, loving awareness for all creation. May everything be beneficial for all coming back to that beautiful architecture of light. Your heart is a radiant orb. Earth, sky, left, right, front, back, 6 axes of light, connecting your heart into the tapestry of creation. And then bringing your awareness to the breath in your physical body. Holding simultaneity of 3-dimensional awareness in your physical body and 5th dimensional awareness with your heart and heart circuit. That's an important part of the work, is developing or remembering our ability to perceive in fifth dimensional constructs, reconnecting into the multidimensional realm, into the Buddha fields, into the Pure Land, into the vast beauty of creation. Holding strong that light in your heart through this time of chaos on earth. You can wiggle your toes and your fingers, coming back more fully present in your physical body, but still remembering beautiful circuitry of light in your radiant heart. And I'll close with 3 ohms. And with this, I invite you to send out just a pulse of light from your heart into that web that we offer this good energy, this bodhicitta, noble heart awareness that we have generated. We offer that out into the grid for all beings, all our relations. Right.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. When you do and I'm probably going to say it wrong, the louder throat or the longer, I feel like it opens up to receive more.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what came through for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and all the imagery, the sacred geometry but
Right.
having different aspects like the diamond and mine's kind of I call it three-dimensional, but it had like a cup runneth over energy with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it was really, really wonderful. It was so
Yeah.
like it was
Good, good,
familiar,
good.
but it had these other added
Yeah. And Althor said
aspects.
these are foundation practices. They're really ways to kind of get us connected and plugged in.
Hmm.
And for different people, they may adapt and fit and evolve differently.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's beautiful that you've already it's like, oh yeah, this is moving in this direction. That means it's alive for you. That's great.
yeah, yeah. Oh, it was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Paul.
Yeah, thank you,
Wow,
thank
what
you.
a treat. What an absolute treat. Where can people find you? What's the best website? Is it or both?
I think the most relevant is the diamondlightnetwork.com. One word,
Okay.
Diamond Light Network. diamondlightnetwork.com.
Okay.
That has access to the information on Althor and the Diamond Light teachings, and the channelings are all there in both written and recorded form, and ways to keep in touch. Our Sunday practice is called Beacons of Light. There's a page there that gives instruction in the practice, and if you want to join that on Zoom, because we do it both live here in Boulder and on Zoom. I'm actually going to be away for the next 3 weeks, so I won't be live here, but we'll be running recordings on Zoom, so the practice will be holding. But if you want to join that, there's a Beacons of Light page on the website. That's the simplest one. So,
Okay. And then what socials can people find you on too?
there is a Diamond Light Network Facebook group and Instagram.
Okay, so
Um,
Diamonds on Facebook and Insta. Okay.
and Instagram. There's also a YouTube channel. I have somebody else manage all this because I don't get it all myself. But there's also a YouTube channel. There's a Patreon site that has a lot of the archive of the different teachings and transmissions. Um, I think I think my AI, video person is posting stuff on TikTok as well, but that's really just, sort of getting the information out there. But the website is the main one, and then yeah, Facebook and Instagram.
And the website's fantastic. I mean, I just, you could really spend hours with all the transmissions and the teachings. And so, and
Beautiful,
it's really thorough and
beautiful.
easy to navigate.
Oh,
So
good,
that's
good,
always
good.
nice too.
I will tell my web designer that because again,
Okay. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's really wonderful. Well, I've really enjoyed having you on. Thank you so much,
yeah, thank you, thank you. Most
Paul, for
grateful
being
for the
here.
the connection, and yeah, we're still developing we're expanding our podcasts, and
Oh,
we'd love to get you into our network at some point in the future and bring you in there and keep the conversation going. So, but
absolutely.
yeah, it's really important that these light workers, we support each other because it is so
So
heavy
important.
and dense right now that we need
Agree.
to keep this framework supported and connected. So
Yes.
really important to do this. Yeah.
And talking, yes, and talking in all the different ways, and getting the connections, or opening up a new avenue, right, to
Yeah.
see that. I mean, it's so great, so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well,
Great.
thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Let's
Thank
keep in
you.
touch. Blessings to everyone who sees this. And thank you. Thank you. Happy to be weaving the web of light. Yeah. Tis
Weaving
good.
the web of light, yes. And as I say at the end of every podcast, continue to peel back the layers of your heart-based being, and continue to ask yourselves and each other, may I have the stance? Thank you so much
Mm,
for being here, everybody. Love you
yeah.
all.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.